Banshee boy, how you feeling, bro? You trying to stay in? What's happening right now? I'm trying to see what's up. Who real here? You trying to be real, Banshee? I don't think you take this, bro. I'm gonna be honest. I think if you want to take this, you got a Dynamax. And even then, or Gigantamax. Oh, they actually do Gigantamax. Wow. Yo, what's up, guys? You got pokeaim here with another Pokemon Sword and Shield Showdown Live. This time we're featuring Galarian Rapidash. We're going to be using it in the UU tier. My friend Lily made a team, and she really likes this core. But it's such a shame, I'm loving UU. It's a lot of fun, but obviously a lot of teams have to run either webs or semi-stall or anything to, I think, even have a chance just because of Pokemon like Mew and Como in the tier, but I think, as well as Braviary. But I feel like when, I just got a replay of the Pokemon. But I feel like when certain Pokemon get banned and RU comes out, a lot more Pokemon can shine. Which is why I'm waiting a little bit before I use things like Greedent. But I can try. I can still try. I can even try it in OU. I don't mind. We have Swords Dance, Galarian Rapidash right here. We're not running max speed because not necessary at the moment, especially with just the speed tiers we have going on. Choice Band, Surfetch. That's Surfetchingtons to you. We have Defog, Noivern, Stealth Rock, Sash, Man. Let's start with Rock Blast for Charizard, as well as I believe like Mantine. We keep Stone Edge, but maybe the same thing. Choice Scarf, Gengar for some speed control, and then Dual Screens, Inteleon. Might change this though to max HP, but we'll see. Anyway, I'm gonna go for some games right here. Try to see if we can get at least one Swords Dance sweep with Rapidash. We got some Sun, so that'll be fun. You're not bad though in this game at all. Definitely not with screens up. That's for sure. I like this. All right, let me actually form a game plan though. So Swords Dance Rapidash, pretty good actually. Zen Headbutt, low kick and whatnot. Oh crap! I got a text. Do I have to go? Okay, no problem. All right, sorry. I thought I had to go. But Swords Dance Rapidash, Zen Headbutt, plus Play Rough and low kick hit the entire team for super effective or neutral damage. So under screens, that can definitely put in some work. Scarf Gar is really good here too for dealing with potentially Charizard. And I love Ramosline early just because rocks and like Earthquake was Ice Shard is super good versus Kroby. Noivern will help me deal with Charizard, I hope. Because I can max Air Scream alongside it. So hopefully I'll be able to deal with it. And I just think getting up screens and getting up screens and going in with Rapidash is the plan. Of course, Surfetch is very hard for my opponent to switch into if I click the correct move. So we'll go Mamoswine early, because it does two things for me. One, ideally getting rid of Duraludon, which I'm hoping to be like a Choice Scarf variant. Of course, I won't be able to find that out turn 1 because Duraludon is naturally faster, but I'm thinking it might be. And I'm hoping that Earthquake into any other attack will potentially deal with it. Of course, if he switches out to Charizard, I can Rock Blast it after. They end up going for Steel Beam, so that's probably the perfect turn for me because that is a dead Duraludon. So I will absolutely take that. Absolutely take that. Obviously, Charizard's probably going to come out, or they can go out into their Torkoal if they want to. I don't care. Basically, because that was more than likely Scarf. Yes, they have Speed Control and Chlorophyll Vileplume. But, that's no problem. They have Speed Control, but it's definitely manageable. In terms of this Pokemon, though, I do need Chip. I definitely need Chip on this mon. So what I can do here is just bring out Inteleon, and the cool thing about Inteleon is obviously I threaten him with a Scald, but we're going to get up a Light Screen first just to ensure that I can tank hits from potentially this or Torkoal or anything, and I'm actually going to go for Scald on Torkoal right here in case he wants to go for Rocks, because this damage will go a long way in terms of my Galarian Rapidash being able to knock you out. Ends up bringing out his Vileplume. I think what I'll do is just U-turn, so that I should be able to live one hit, and they should go for Growth, exactly. And there's a part where I decide, do I go Noivern and do I max Air Scream to get rid of you, that way my Rapidash can potentially sweep later? Or do I go into Gengar, which probably has a better shot of dealing damage with the Light Screen up? I don't think Weather Ball will knock me out. Gonna Sludge Wave here because it hits their team harder. And I'm faster as well. So I don't think Weather Ball will knock me out. I'm a little bit worried because they're definitely Life Orb. Alright, Max Overgrowth doesn't knock me out. They are Life Orb, and they get some recovery, but because I got the crit, I'm pretty sure they die here. So that's great. I waste their Dynamax, and that's very important because Charizard is a giant threat, and now it doesn't have a way of boosting its speed. Ooh, they end up switching out to Snorlax, too. Perfect. Perfect. Oh, it's top. You know what I'm going out into? I'm going out to Sir Fetchington's the third right now, bro. That Vileplume is at 20%. I can first impression that. So, obviously the crit mattered. Oh boy. I'm actually just gonna click Choice Band Knockoff. I'm not as worried. Like I can click CC later. And they don't have a spec for it either, but I can click CC later. And while Charizard is obviously a threat, I don't know if it's Specs or Scarf. I think the Ralladon was Scarf though, and this is Rocks Torkoal, but I can click CC later, and I didn't want to let Reuniclus come in. So again, I'm assuming this is like Specs or something. Noivern can eat a hit with the terrain up. The terrain, by that I mean light screen. So Noivern can eat a hit, and it was literally necessary just for this Pokemon. As what I can do now is just drop a Draco. That's relatively safe, and we can just click. Well, it was relatively safe, and from there we can just click a few moves later. I'm assuming this is a Choice Band Snorlax, but yeah, Rapidash is almost set up to sweep. I just need damage off on Torkoal, so we're gonna make the Surfetch play. As he body slams, ideally not paralyzing us. Great. And again, I think I clicked close combat, and this is amazing because I got the damage I need on Torkoal. And what I'm gonna do here is make a play of Inteleon because it deals with two things. One, it deals with Reuniclus because it allows me to get up a light screen if Reuniclus comes out. And two, if he goes for Lava Plume or Fire Blast, again I can get up that light screen. That is an offensive Torkoal. I can get up that light screen, and ideally put myself in a position to where, well, I get a Reflect too. I mean, I would have gotten a Reflect anyway. He wasn't going to knock me out. In fact, he's going to put me in Torrent here. But, yep. Going to be able to click that Scald right now. Knock out Torkoal because it's Torrent boosted. As he ends up going out into Snorlax. Fantastic for me. And we'll just go for Scald again. I'm not really trying to burn Snorlax, but I'm trying to sack Inteleon that way, because I should die here. Perfect. I think that's Choice Band. And I can get in Rapidash. And it's time, little buddy. It's time. It is time, little buddy. Let's do this together. Let us do this together. Do not! We doing this together out here. You can go ahead and die to that low kick. There you go, Rapidash. Let's do it together. Sun is gone. Sun is gone. Oh, no, 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 my friend. I got that Max Starfall right here for you in Shadow Ball or Sludge Wave Sweeps, so I should be good. Plus, I still have my Noivern healthy enough to eat a hit from Charizard. But, hey, that don't matter at this point. Ooh, it's Focus Sash. No. Why? I mean, I know why, but... Let's go for Max Knuckle. Why not? Let me go ahead and get another attack there. I'm assuming maybe it was like an Endeavor set, but Endure and whatever. Torkoal comes out. This is Solar Power, so might as well get my final KO right here with Galarian Rapidash. That's what I like to see. I actually have to leave really soon. I thought when I got the text message, I was like, ah, well, gotta go. Time's up. And let's see, is it Scarf Charizard? Even if it is, I win because I have Scarf Gengar. So I just let it take a little bit of hits, but come on, don't be Scarf, be Specs. Hey, Galarian Rapidash getting the sweep on the first one. Not bad. All right, guys, I got to go pick up my wife. I'll be right back. All right, guys, so we have another game, and this time we're fighting, looks like opposing Sticky Web. It's not too bad. I love Surfetch in this, man. It just plays close combat. Doesn't really care about Gengar because of its scrappy ability. So Surfetch looks great. Also, my defogger is decent in this. Noivern can definitely defog pretty solidly, I would add. Rapidash's roll, it's not the best in this, I'll give it that. It's definitely not the best. Gengar outspeeds it and threatens it. Haxorus, it matches up 1v1 versus, but Caparage can be very scary. And same thing with Beware, knocking me out with Double Edge. In terms of how I want to end game, Scarf Gengar seems to be the most possible with a Shadow Ball spam, potentially. But who knows, man? With dual screen, Surfetch can put in work as well with Max Airstream into Max Knuckle. So, who knows? That might be possible. I might have a little Surfetch sleep here too. Let's see if we can go towards that. I want to keep Mamoswine alive. And by that I mean I want to keep its Sash intact, because that might be good for Haxorus. And, you know, Ice Shard's good for you, Ice Shard's good for you, Ice Shard does good damage to you. So, we're going Teleon early, and Teleon gives me screens and a little bit of information. My opponent ends up leading off with Rotom. Definitely not the best lead for me, because Leaf Storm is 100% possible here. And I'm pretty sure this is Scarf, just based on the nature of their team. So I have a decision to make. Are they going to Leaf Storm? And do I go Gengar on the Leaf Storm? Or do I go Mamoswine on the Volt Switch? Truthfully, if I'm them, I Leaf Storm always. And I already talked about Mamoswine being very useful in terms of keeping its Sash. And Gengar is my endgame, so I think that Noivern makes the most sense in terms of taking a hit. They do end up Volt Switching. I mean, it's just fair and smart. I didn't want Noivern to take too much damage because it's going to be defogging on Araquanid, but I think it's okay. I think it's alright. Especially because my way of dealing with my opponent is going to be really just getting up screens with my Inteleon, which is why I'm going to bring this thing out. So we're going to Reflect in front of this Inteleon as they go for Protect. And we'll get up a Light Screen as well. And basically when Rotom comes out, I can U-turn on them. So had I gotten that Rotom play right and I got out into Mamoswine, it would have been really cool. But there's Stealth Rock Protect, I'm guessing Heavy Slam, and I don't know what their last move is. But Surfetch is going to have a field day the second that boy comes out. Because it's just going to click Bandit Close Combat, and that will 2-hit KO Araquanid, that will knock everything out. So best case for me, they end up staying in here as they go for Power Whip and miss. And what I can do is just go right for the U-turn as they bring in Rotom Mo. And cool thing about this is I can bring out Gengar relatively safely and just click Sludge Wave. Perfect. So I get rid of their Scarf Rotom. Amazing. Now this does invite in Caparaja, but that's kind of what I wanted, because I want to be able to bring out my well, now we bring out Noivern and we defog. I wanted to be able to bring out my my Surfetch if they brought out Caparaja and just click Close Combat. But we'll Flamethrower here. Do I have to predict Caparaja? Let me just defog. Liquidation protects, what is it, Sticky Web from there? Liquidation protects Sticky Web maybe? I'm not sure what the Araquanid set is, but I doubt it's Sash. That's all I know. I doubt it's Sash. And now I'm going to bring right out my Choice Band Surfetch. And this is what we're talking about. This is the position we want. Obviously, Noivern is relatively low, but Choice Band Close Combat is going to send this Gengar flying. Get out of my sight, bro. Out of my sight. So if I'm my opponent here, I actually Dynamax and go for the Dragon move. So I'm going to make... You're really good in this game, man. But I can't risk my opponent. Oh my gosh, I can't risk them Dragon Dancing up. So my Surfetch said, nah, bro, I'm the fighting type here, and knocked out Haxorus. That's incredible. So my Rapidash got a lot better. Araquanid comes out. Just going to go for Close Combat on you as well and break your potential Sash. That's amazing, man. And what I can do is bring out Inteleon, and I can Swords-Dance in this thing's face after I get up Reflect. So we'll Scald in front of Beware, get a little bit of chip. That is 100% almost, and we're going to be able to survive that hit as well because of that. That's amazing. Now I do want to make sure I don't lose to the Caparaja, but bro, I mean, I don't think I lost at that point. Could be wrong though. Either way, we go Noivern here as a Leech Life, Hurricane, and I have options for winning. I'm actually just gonna Max Flare immediately. Yeah, let me just Max Flare into Caparaja just so I can deal with it, because you cannot knock me out, and it also means if they go for Liquidation, I'll live it too. So we're going to Max Flare immediately into the Caparaja. just to make sure my opponent can't beat me. And I have Araquanid plus Mamoswine plus Gengar in the back. Excuse me, I have Mamoswine plus Gengar, even Inteleon screens to help me win. So that doesn't really matter. Get up as much damage as possible, and a safe max Air Scream will be able to knock out my opponent. I believe even through the Protect, if I'm not mistaken. And I'm not going to stay in because I'll just drop a Draco actually. Let me just stay in. It doesn't matter. Let him knock me out. They can't beat me with this Pokemon. They cannot beat me with this Pokemon. So I drop a Draco here. Alright, you know what? Let me risk Hurricane. Why not? Actually, no. I want to drop a Draco because it shouldn't kill them. It should put them in range of my Pony. And I'm going to win the game with my Pony. Gonna win the game with my Pony right now. Go ahead. I'm ending it with Pony. Finish him off. That doesn't matter. Now they can't protect anymore. They can only max guard. That's completely fine. Enjoy this. Good game. Alright, so I mean my Pony did its thing. Let's go ahead and look for another game right there. Surfetch surviving that close combat from Haxorus was beautiful, man. Basically, that decision was, had they Dragon Danced, I could lose potentially because of Dynamaxing, even if I can, like, it would cost me 3 Pokemon to beat them, right? Like, I would have to do that. Then I'd have to go out into Gengar and Sludge Wave, and then I'd have to go out to Mamoswine and Ice Shard. So, it would cost me at least Surfetch and Gengar in order to beat Haxorus, since I don't believe that close combat, if it Dynamaxed, they couldn't even, like, Dynamaxing would have knocked me out, period, right? So, I would have to hit them with that, then hit them with another mon after. And then, the cool thing is if they Dynamax, they didn't have, like, max Air Scream, assuming they weren't running, like, Aerial Ace or something, which I believe Haxorus has access to. So, I'd be able to go out into my Pony, and hopefully Dynamax and Revenge Kill. But, looks like we can't find a battle right away, so I'll pause it until we find one, guys. I'll be right back. Alright, guys, so we have a game, and my opponent, very threatening mons. Braviary, I think, is the most broken mon in this tier, man. Como and Gengar come second and third, though. I think, like, this, and this are easily some of the most broken Pokemon in the tier. In terms of Rapidash's matchup, it's alright. Faster than Obstagoon, faster than Como, so that's really good. And I can Dynamax to actually check Como, so that'd be pretty cool, too. Mamoswine's role is to Ice Shard Braviary, but also to deal with Ribombee. In fact, Mamoswine is my lead of choice here because it matches up well versus 5 out of 6 of my opponent. Surfetch, first impression, doesn't really check much, but close combat is just good. It's really good. So we'll go Mamoswine early to try and break down Ribombee with Rock Blast into Ice Shard. And ideally from there, dual screen into... The Gengar gotta work overtime here for Como. But maybe for Braviary too. I'm gonna have to Dynamax, I think, my Noivern here in order to deal with you. That's, I think, a given. But yeah, Mamoswine early versus Ribombee lead. Same bat. I'll just Rock Blast here as a Moonblast to break my Sash. That's smart. But this does put it in range of... I always get 2, man. I always get 2, I swear. But that's cool because he stayed in. So we don't have to deal with Sticky Web here. So that's great. So my defog isn't as necessary. Now, obviously, my dude's probably going to go hard Braviary. Actually, ends up going out into Obstagoon, which I'm okay with. Because Inteleon should be able to live 1 hit, and it'll get me into Torrent. I want to say Inteleon lives 1 hit, and it gets into Torrent. Yeah, so I don't get up my screens, which sucks. But he does put me in Torrent. Nah, I still value the Reflect, I think, either way. Because that allows my Surfetch to click buttons here. Because again, a Torrent boosted Scald is very tempting. But yeah, I still value Reflect a lot. So, okay, that'll help me out versus Braviary. I like the idea of going hard into Rapidash and clicking Swords Dance now. The reason being is because I can threaten Steelix at least to weaken that for potentially Gengar clicking Sludge Wave in the endgame. I think that's definitely fair too. Oh my gosh, that did so much damage, bro. That is some beautiful damage. Hey, look at Rapidash eating that up. So we prevent rocks, which is great. I don't even have to Dynamax this Pokemon. Again, like this mon isn't 100% necessary. It's good versus Como, good versus Obstagoon, but it's not terrible in general. And I'll just Zen Headbutt here because it would cover the Gengar as well if my opponent wanted to make that play. So that's great. We got rid of Steelix. We got rid of Rabombi. Gengar's going to come out and go for Shadow Ball here. And this is where I decide, okay, do I go Surf Fetch and click Close Combat after I'm talking about this thing goes down, or do I actually let Rapidash survive because it helps me revenge kill the Obstagoon a little bit easier? The other option is me going out into Noivern immediately after and then Dynamaxing with that in order to beat these Pokemon. I think that might be a little bit better. So, yeah, we're just going to allow him to knock me out here. Bring out my Noivern, and I believe I do go for the... I do feel like Dynamaxing immediately is going to help me out in the long run, just a little bit better. I do could Gigantamax right back, but getting my max air scream, being able to outspeed everything on my opponent's team, they're probably just going to stay in, truthfully. I just need damage on Braviary. That's all I need. Okay, cool. And they're not going to be able to Dynamax their Braviary, so that's very, very important. That's very important right there. All I need is max air scream anyway. So... I don't know if they have max guard on their Gengar. They do. So they were probably choiced, and that was Trick. But getting rid of Gengar, amazing for Sludge Wave as well. Very good for Sludge Wave. Obstagoon comes out. Keeping you alive makes sense for this, but if I manage to land this, then oh my gosh, do you put in work. Come on. Hey, got some damage off. That's what I like to see. I still have... Surfetch around as well. I still have Surfetch, and they're gonna have to Brave Bird with their Braviary, and then I have Ice Shard into Dazzling Gleam to win. So, we're Dazzling Gleam here because it'll knock out Como, it'll knock out Obstagoon. All right, so it's still like this is still a fine situation for me as long as I break their subs. And them Dynamaxing there was very, very crucial because now I don't have to worry about potentially the Braviary setting up on me. And in this position, they're kind of forced to sack something, or they go hard Braviary, which either way would be good because they're forced to Brave Bird. So they go ahead and give me their Obstagoon. Great. Braviary comes out. I go Surfetch. As they Brave Bird immediately, I bring out young Mamoswine. I click Ice Shard here. I do enough, and yeah, I just Dazzling Gleam Sweep. So we're great. Cool. Alright, so that didn't come down to potentially Rapidash, but honestly with Gengar and Steelix, it made sense that it wouldn't. I did like, though, that Rapidash got rid of Steelix, which helped me out Dazzling Gleaming. So it wasn't as clean, or not necessarily that it wasn't as clean, but it wasn't exactly how I wanted it to go. But it worked nonetheless, and Rapidash did its job. So I'll pause it, guys, until we find another battle. We'll be right back. Alright, guys, so we have another game, and wow, do I love Surfetch. Whenever I see Gengar, I just love Surfetch because they always go out into it and just die to the scrappy close combat. But it's specifically good here because Snorlax is slower. So I get it in and I just get to click close combat for free. Charizard, a huge, massive threat. My Rapidash isn't bad, but they do have that Gengar, which is something I'm going to have to lure out. And because they do have a Charizard and they're more than likely going to Dynamax it, I have to basically save my Noivern in order to Dynamax right back to survive one hit and to do damage to them. That's kind of how that situation, that trade-off has to go. Luckily with heavy-duty boots, I don't have to worry about the rocks. Araquanid, Sticky Web, Mamoswine, rocks, maybe Scarf Passimian, Gengar could be Life Orb or Nasty Plot, Curse or Gmax Lax, and this is typically, again, like a Dynamax Sunny Day type of set. Noivern, again, is useful for dealing with Araquanid and getting rid of the webs, but also clicking Hurricane in general, no flying resist, which is very important to see. Inteleon's role will be to get up the Reflect and Light Screen, maybe even check Mamoswine, which is pretty cool. But getting up that reflect is very important, especially in the face of Araquanid. And I can set those screens up, U-turn out into Noivern to break the sash on Araquanid, and then even defog from there. So we're going to go early with Inteleon. In terms of endgame, Scarf Gengar is very likely, considering it's faster than Scarf Passimian and faster than regular Gengar, and can even be faster than a +1 Charizard. So I can see Scarf Gengar being very good. My Mamoswines, Rock Blast might actually be pretty cool here, but I think just Ice Sharding off on Charizard is going to be the extent of what Mamoswine does. And Surfetch, if I get it in, does a lot of work. Rapidash, if it gets in versus Snorlax, you guys already saw what it can do. I do have to worry about potentially Iron... Look at that boy. Potentially Iron Head or the Gunk Shot from Passimian. But, I mean, late game Rapidash, or even Rapidash in anything that's not Gengar can do some damage too. But we're going to go Inteleon. There's the Araquanid lead. No big deal. We get up the Reflect, and we get up the Light Screen with Inteleon. Then we U-turn to break the Focus Sash. Best case for me, they Magic Coat. I don't know if it still gets it right now in this generation, but that's best case for me. As they get up their Sticky Web, and I'll get up my Light Screen, and then I'll U-turn out into Noivern as they go hard Snorlax. And this is a situation where, wow, I just love Surfetch, because it comes right in and clicks Ban at Close Combat. Oh, you can curse up all you want, buddy. This is a choice ban Close Combat. You gonna stay in? Banshee boy, how you feeling, bro? You trying to stay in? What's happening right now? I'm trying to see what's up. Who real here? You trying to be real, Banshee? I don't think you take this, bro. I'm gonna be honest. I think if you want to take this, you got a Dynamax. And even then, or Gigantamax. Oh, they actually do Gigantamax. Wow. Oh, that's fine, buddy. That's fine. So they can't do that with Charizard. That makes it a lot easier to deal with. I'm still going to do a ton to them. Look at that damage. And I got Reflect up. The Aguav. It's gone. I died. Yo, that did some. That did not go how I thought it would. Will I live this through Reflect? I did not. If I max guard, I can't. I don't want to max guard though. Shadow Ball's still good. I feel like I live this through Reflect. Because I was -1. I feel like I do. Yeah, perfect. We'll just low kick here. I'm not sure if my opponent will go Gengar, but I could Zen Headbutt as well as an option. So unfortunately, I'm probably gonna have to use my Rapidash as an option for dealing with this. But perfect. All right, so I get rid of Snorlax. Great. Again, Sludge Wave or Shadow Ball looks a lot better now. Shadow Ball specifically looks better now. Gengar is obviously very threatening. Don't get me wrong, Gengar is very threatening. But Mamoswine helps me deal with that, especially with its Sash intact. Passimian comes out to more than likely just U-turn on me. Man, that Mamoswine looks threatening. I could Dynamax here, that way U-turn doesn't kill me. But I don't think that's the play. I'm just going to say Headbutt. Because if I basically went out into Noivern there and he went Mamoswine, I was in a bad position. I'm still in a bad position because of Webs being up, but I can at least get out to my own Mamoswine on his. And he ends up going out into this, which is actually better for me. Because Hurricane is absolutely free. And if he has a random Ice Beam, I'm good too. So we click Hurricane here. Hits everything on my opponent's team. And I can defog after the Sticky Web. Or attempt to defog anyway. Oh, he hits himself in Confusion too, which is great. So, or defog here. They do go for Liquidation. Great. And we can just follow it up with a Hurricane. Knocking out Araquanid. Webs are gone. Obviously, Mamoswine is a giant threat. Inteleon is actually too good to throw away. So I'm going to drop a Draco because I'm not going to let him Earthquake into my Inteleon. Inteleon's faster than everything. So, yeah, I'd much rather that end up happening. And I get to click Scald. Like, this looks way better. Actually, yeah, this looks way better. Like, I'd rather drop a Draco and do that. Don't get me wrong. I'm pretty sure Passimian is Scarf, like I said. I'm very worried about that Pokemon. But Inteleon is very threatening too. And if I go for Light Screen, for instance, and they go like Gengar, they'll knock me into Torrent. So Shadow Ball is looking more and more likely to sweep. Shadow Ball is looking more and more likely to sweep. I do feel like they'll go Passimian here. Yep. And I'm going to make the Mamoswine play because if they go for... So the reason I'm making the Mamoswine play is because Inteleon's faster than Gengar and Charizard. So that's perfect. Passimian I just need damage on. Now if they go for knockoff, predicting me to want to go out to Gengar, or they go for U-turn, it's not the best situation for me, but it's not the worst because Gengar being in versus Charizard forces... a fire move potentially. And plus this thing can Dynamax as well to win the game too. But I don't want to Dynamax just yet with this. I want to use that in the end game when I need to. So they end up going for Earthquake. Do I need a Dynamax there? Maybe I should max Earthquake because they already Dynamax. Let me max Earthquake. Do I max Hairfall? Hairfall. I think I max Earthquake here as they go Charizard. Okay, so I have the, I have Thick Fat. Yep. Alright, and I have the max Rockfall. So Charizard's dead. Perfect. Okay, we're still in a good situation to win. We're still in a situation to win. A pretty decent situation to win if I say so myself as well. Because they went out to this Pokemon first. So, they go for Shadow Ball there. I'm fairly confident they are actually not Scarf themselves. Then again, that did how much with their how much did Earthquake do? Earthquake did 60%. They might actually be Scarf on this and Banded on their Passimian, which does make a difference. Because if that's the case, then I go out into Inteleon and click Scald here, which will kill them because they'll knock me into Torrent. I believe. Gengar or Mamoswine, Physical Attacker. Earthquake from Choice Band, yes. So I believe I go Inteleon now. One sec, guys. I gotta get the door. So yeah, I go for Scald here, which they put me in Torrent now, so they'll die. Yep, exactly. Even if they got the lowest roll, it'd actually be in Torrent. And I believe if I Dynamax and click my well, that doesn't really matter. I'll just U-turn here. I can Dynamax in that game, but I can also get the Cursed Body here because they got... basically, if they didn't get their... I don't know if I kill them, though, and I'm pretty sure Struggle kills me. So, if they didn't get the Cursed Body there, I Scalded and then I won the game with Shadow Ball. But now I have to see how this move goes versus 1%. Simeon. Scald. 84 to 99%. And if I reflect on a struggle, can they kill me? Doesn't matter. I believe in the roll! Good game. Alright, so yeah. Hope you guys all enjoyed. Definitely Snorlax was very threatening. Of course, if you did enjoy, feel free to leave a like and subscribe. That was a lot of fun. I think we had some great games today. Rapidash in that first game, man, went absolutely crazy. It went absolutely crazy in that first game. But of course, if you guys did enjoy, feel free to... Is that all I have? Properties. Is that it? Oh, okay, no, there's more. I was about to say, is that all I have in the video? I was looking at this, like 23 minutes. I was like, no, it's 33. Alright, guys, I'll see you guys next time. Leave a like if you enjoyed. Goodbye.